What's up, guys? It's Charlie here to show you how to configure your Essentials Group Manager plugin for your Bucket server on Mac. A lot of words. Alright, just go into your plugins folder, go to Group Manager file. Actually, the first thing you need to do whenever you're working with Group Manager is make a copy, because you have a 50-50 chance of screwing something up. Now, the way this works is kind of confusing. So you're going to have a main global groups file right here, and it's going to have all the actual commands in here. See, for group manager commands, bucket commands, there'll be essentials commands, townie commands, the rest of it. And then you're going to have world groups. And these groups are going to refer back to different parts of the global groups file. So group manager default, bucket default, essentials default, townie default, like I'm saying. So that's a little confusing in itself, but when you think about it, it's a lot easier to work with than having to write the commands out for each of these. So, whatever. Slightly confusing, but whatever. So first thing you want to note is that you can make any of these default. Probably want to keep default as default, but one thing you want to do is definitely you're going to want to change that from default to a different name, because whenever you have players on, they're like, why am I default? And then you go, because the next thing up is admin. Just make the name like player or something like that, so they don't feel like they're completely stupid ranked. And then you can have a rank called noob or something just to mess people. But that's just my personal experience, but you can do whatever you want. It's your server. So we're going to go into the config file. Now this is just, let's see, data, how often it saves backups. What else? Oh yeah, mirrors. I've never had very much luck with this for some reason, but if you have multiple worlds, which I'll show you in the multiverse plugin later, you can have a parent world such as the regular world, and then all of its stuff will be copied over to the other worlds. I wouldn't really rely on me for knowing how to use this, but I've never had luck with it, so whatever. It's easy to work with without that. You have your backups and your worlds. So if you want to make a group manager class called donator, and you want them to basically, let's say they're basically the same thing as a moderator minus some commands like banning IPs and stuff like that, you can just do copy, then paste that, rename that as donator, and then you can be, you definitely don't want man promote, man select, man demote, all that stuff in there. Menu add, menu del. I mean, these things, you have to understand, it's got to be configured to what you're using your server for, because if it's just your friends, you don't have to worry about them screwing with you. But if you have somebody online who you let be a moderator and they can menu promote them, they can promote themselves to admin, then it'd be bad. So obviously read through all these and make sure that they can't do anything bad. But then you can make a donator class and basically just go along, copy and paste the moderator class over and over again, and then just edit the commands. The first thing you actually want to do is just edit all the commands in here so it fits your needs. And then after you do that, you would save it. I'm not going to, but you'd save it. Go over to your world file, go to groups, and then you're going to put in your next group. Let's put it right here. And I find copying and pasting better because I don't really feel like typing this stuff out, but whatever, that's just me. Paste that in. You're going to change that from moderator to donator. Donatort, but donator. And then you're going to change all these from moderator to donator. Of course, after you make the files, which I didn't really do. But then after all those are changed to donator, I'm not going to do all those because I'm a bad typist, and it's done. And then you have a donator class, so then you can be like, while you're in the game, you can type / menu add player name to builder to moderator to donator, whatever. But I guess donator doesn't really work until you have a plugin that allows donating, which I'll be into later. It's the beginning of the series, so what can I say? But that's really easy to work with. The next thing you want to deal with is, actually you don't really need to deal with this, but I think it's kind of nice. The prefixes, the suffixes, and those are kind of cool because it'll say before or after the name like the group that they're in. So if you want, let's see, default to actually say, I believe it is, you go like, let's make it brackets. Let's call it noob. Oops, not that. And then you go and E. So now it's going to say before their name, noob in brackets, and then their name. So that's kind of cool. And then you can screw with this and mess with it to make it different colors with different things. The and E is a color. There's and 4 for red. There's and 1 for blue. There's and 2 for green. There's and everything. So you can just go online, check those out, find all the color codes. Really easy. And then you can do that. You can configure all that. I'm obviously not going to because I'm lazy and don't want to, because I'm not actually going to use this file. But after that's done, you can add different file. You can have different things like owner, co-owner, admin, I don't know, head moderator, moderator, builder, donator, player, noob, default. You can add as many of these as you want and different things. I mean, it'll get confusing after a while, but you can do whatever you want. And then after you're done with that, you're definitely, actually before you do any of this, sorry for not saying this in the beginning, but you may want to whitelist the server, because if that drops down, if it goes, it's not working because you mess something up, you can just obviously replace it with the copy that we made earlier, and then you don't have to worry about it. Or you can retry, but that's your personal preference. Whatever. Another thing that's really cool to do is make another server on your computer and then run the new group manager copy that you made to make sure it runs properly. But that would also take up RAM and slow down your other server and all that other stuff. So, you know, whatever. It's trial and error. It's the way it has to be, and that's fine. And then after you're done with this, you're going to do start command, and we're going to see if I messed anything up. And I appeared that I did not mess anything up, which is cool. See, group manager, loading group manager, Phoenix, and there's no error messages. It would say error, severe, whatever, and then it'll do that. See, it'd be like warning right here. It would say severe. And then that's it. So that's about it for group manager. I mean, I think you can find some already configured files online, but if you want to have your actual own server, just configure them yourself. It'll take like 15-20 minutes to make it like a whole bunch of groups. Really easy, but make sure that when you set up the global groups file, you make sure that there aren't any bad like commands in there that will allow people to do whatever they want, like /back on death or stuff like that. I mean, if that's a PvP server or something like that. And that's it. There's not much else to talk to you about Group Manager. So, thanks for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Come check out my server. I'll have the link in the description. And I'll also have the link to Group Manager in the description. And that's about it. Alright, thanks guys. Catch you later.